Welcome to the Bellport Battle Bunker for this Battle Forged Matched Play 2,500 point battle report. Okay, this is going to be the Space Marines Crimson Fists. It's going to be a vanguard detachment, which has a minimum of 1 HQ and 3 elites. It will get +1 command point. It is a battle forged army. We'll be using matched play. Okay, the army is coming in at 125 power level points, and for match play, points with upgrades is 2,497. Okay, the warlord for this army is going to be a captain. He's in Terminator armor with a storm shield and thunder hammer. He's going to be accompanied by a whole bunch of Terminators. We're going with the old Strike Force Ultra from 7th edition. It was a detachment, and it had requirements of 2 5-man Terminator squads. These are going to be equipped with Stormbolters and Power Fists, Assault Cannon, and 2 Chain Swords each, Sergeants with the Power Sword. So these are 2 identical 5-man Terminator squads for that Strike Force Ultra. The other requirement were 2 Terminator Assault Squads. The first one is going to be a 5-man squad with thunder hammers and storm shields, and the second Terminator Assault Squad is going to be 6 men with pair of lightning claws each. The other requirement is a Land Raider Crusader, or any Land Raider type variant. We're going with the Crusader type with the 2 Hurricane Bolters, Twin Assault, Multi-Melta, and Stormbolter upgrades. It has Power of the Machine Spirit, which allows it to move and fire heavy weapons without penalty. A Storm Raven gunship is another requirement of the Strike Force Ultra. That was from 7th edition. We're including it as the flyer option for the Vanguard detachment. It's going to be equipped with a twin multi-melta, twin las cannon, 2 Storm Strike missiles. It also has Power of the Machine Spirit, so it will ignore the penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons. And the last requirement, which is just another elite slot, is going to be a Venerable Dread from the old Strike Force Ultra. Venerable Dreads have the ability to hit on 2s in shooting and close combat, and they also get a 6+ feel no pain equivalent save for every wound they suffer. He's equipped with a Dreadnought close combat weapon, heavy flamer, and an assault cannon. Okay, this Vanguard detachment is joined by an Oath-sworn Knight, a Knight Warden. 25 power level, coming in at 497 points as equipped. It's got the Iron Storm rocket launcher up top, which doesn't require a line of sight. It's heavy D6. It's got the Reaper Chainsword. It's got a Melt-A-Gun. It's got a heavy flamer and a Avenger Gatling cannon. This can move and fire without penalty for firing heavy weapons. It also has Titanic feet, which allows it to stomp. So we brought in the Oath-sworn Knight to add to this Vanguard detachment. Alright, so Connor's going to go over the list, and I think he's got 2 detachments. It is battle forged, and he's going to go over the power level and the points cost. So what do we got here, Connor?
So we have 1 battalion detachment and 1 spearhead detachment.
So the battalion is this huge hoarder here on the right.
Yep.
And the spearhead are these big bugs right here.
3 trygons and a winged hive tyrant. The hive tyrant has 4 twin-link death spitters, and the trygons, I gave them adrenal glands, and they come with what they come with.
They're regular trygons or Trygon primes?
Just regular trygons.
Regular trygons. So they'll get to burrow and use subterranean assault, and they can. You can also put a troop unit inside their tunnels.
Correct.
So that'll be 1 drop. Will actually can hold up to two units.
Yep.
All right. So what do we got here? A big battalion.
Yeah. So
who's the HQ for this one?
So we have Old One Eye over here. It's a Carnifex model, and then we have a Broodlord over there in the back. He's leading 2 20-man squads of Gene Stealers, and then we have 3 other troops. We have 2 Gaunt squads, 24 Gaunts each. One has Flesh Borers and one has Spine Fists.
These are the Spine Fists over here?
Right. Those are pistols, basically a las pistol.
Alright. And then what's this in the middle? 1 big squad of warriors?
9 warriors. We have 2 venom cannons, 7 death spitters, and then a few close combat weapons you can see mixed in there. Bone swords. And then we have 3 zoanthropes. We got 2 individual lictors. And we have 2
now lictors can set up
Carnifexes.
What are they set up as? Like they in the shadows or something like that? They're separate models?
Yeah, they have chameleonic skin, and they can come in 9 inches away, and they can charge with a reroll to the charge that turn.
And then 2 separate Carnifexes?
Yep. We have, you're going to count as 2 different heavy support slots today. Got Siding Towns and Venom Cannons.
So this will allow you to put the 6 units that you're going to be putting into reserve, or is it up to 8 now?
It's 8. So
8 units will be in reserve, so that's half of your army, and you had 16 units altogether. Alright, so we're going to be fighting in the ruins. So we will be using the ruins and craters and obstacles rules that affect charging and advancing and assaulting. Alright, so what is this whole thing coming at power level?
So these 2 detachments are 136 power level.
And there was 2,500 points on the nose, or a little lower?
On the nose.
Right on the nose?
Yep.
Alright. So you have a little bit more power level than me. Although I did add 1 Terminator, which I think technically would have to have me add 13 power level to my list. So for the 125 would become a 138, which is about the same, just for adding that 1 Terminator, because I have a 6-man squad of Terminator Assault Marines. So we're right at that same spot, but you're going with the Horde today, and I went with an Elite. So we're going to see how that does. Okay, we got a deadlock, and we're going to set up the objectives and then determine the battlefield deployment. Alright, so we're rolling to see who sets up objectives first. Crimson Fist got a 2. And the Tyranid's got the 1. So I'll be setting up the first objective. Alright, so we placed objectives. I placed the first objective right in the center of the battlefield on the statue. Connor placed the second one deep in the ruins over there on the ground floor. I then placed on the ground floor of this ruin by the Imperial statue. And then Connor, where'd you put the next one?
Put one over here.
Oh, he put one over here towards the right side here of the flank, but in the middle of the battlefield. And then I placed one on the first level of this ruin, right underneath the comms relay. And then Connor placed the last one on in this quadrant underneath the ruin on the ground floor. So the objectives are spread out pretty evenly. Alright, so we got the Spearhead Assault. So this is one of the new setups. And looks like the center point 9 inches on either side and then 12 inches up the edge from the short table edge. So we're going to set this up and get to deploying the armies. Alright, so we got this, what is it called? Spearhead?
I think so.
So we got this deployment where the arrows are coming to the center of the battlefield. These buildings were really right on the money with 9 inches from the statuary, so we the right one was a little bit off, so we just edged it a little bit closer so we can get a good point. So the spearhead comes right to the tip of these two buildings in the center, 9 inches off of the Imperial statue in the middle. And Connor's going to select his zone now. Which one do you want? Do you want the one on the left flank or the right flank? Which one do you want?
I'll take your right.
Alright, so Connor's going to be deploying here, and I'm going to be setting up on this side. Alright, so the Tyranids, I mean, there's going to be, the roads obviously going to be open alleys of shooting, but the ruins will provide cover going up both table edges and then somewhat in the middle here too. So it's going to be tricky. Let's see how the battle comes forth. Remember, he's got a big horde and I got a small elite force in deadlock.
7.
Okay, so we looked in the rule book, and the player who does not pick the zone places the first unit. So I'm going to place one of my Terminator squads, the 5-man Terminator squad, in teleport strike. So that's my first drop. What do you got?
I'm going to place a Trygon in subterranean assault with a squad of Termagants.
Alright, so the chess match begins. So I'll place my second Terminator squad, the 5-man, in teleport strike. That's my second drop.
Place another Trygon with another Termagant squad.
Alright, it looks like you're going to beat me on this one, because I don't have, everything else is going to be deployed. So I'm going to place a unit, and let me decide where we're going to put it. Alright, so I'm placing my Crusader, and I'm also putting the 6-man Terminator Assault Squad in the Crusader, and I'm going to put my Warlord in the Crusader. So that's 3 units with 1 drop. So now it's Tyranid's turn for a drop. Alright, so Connor is placing his 3rd Trygon in reserve. So now I have to place a second unit on the battlefield, and there is not a nid in sight. They're all in their subterranean assault. Alright, so far this is shaping up to be a perfect deadlock mission. After months of bitter fighting, the fighting has ended in a deadlock. This is a bombed out and obviously a hotly contested part of the city. But the Space Marines, the Crimson Fist, have a fleeting opportunity that has arisen for me to strike a devastating blow against the Tyranids to try to tip the balance of the war. So we have a Land Raider Crusader and an oath-sworn Knight Warden coming up the streets of the city, searching for the Tyranid presence, but we see nothing so far. We have some Terminators in teleport strike. Connor's going to be placing his first unit now, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to see him. And then I have one more unit to place because I'm going to put all my Terminators and my Dreadnought in the Storm Raven. Yeah, so I still don't even see these guys. He's placing them behind a ruin, which is not going to be visible to either one of these guys. Perfect ambush spot. Alright, so we have a nice narrative going here. I'm going to place my last unit, the flyer, and then Connor's going to be able to place the rest of his army. Alright, so we've placed our last drop, which has a Venerable Dreadnought in it, a 5-man Terminator Assault Squad with the Thunderhammers and Storm Shields, and the Venerable Dread. So he's loaded up, and that's 3 drops, a highly elite army. There's guys in the Land Raider Crusader. We still can't see any Tyranids on the board, even though there's 3 Trygons in Subterranean Assault. I have 2 Terminator squads in Teleport Strike, and Connor put those zoanthropes behind that ruin, but they're still out of sight of these units that are coming down the streets of this battle-torn city. So we're trying to find where these Tyranids are. We know they're here somewhere, but it looks like we're going to be in an ambush. So Connor's going to set up the rest of his army. We'll get back to you when that's done. Alright, so Connor has deployed, and the stomping and rumbling of the Knight and the Land Raider, plus the engines of the Storm Raven entering this zone of the ruins, has awoken these Tyranids from their slumber. We have a 20-man Genestealer squad that has popped up out of these ruins with the zoanthropes behind them. Where's your Broodlord?
Behind the Hive Tyrant over there.
Alright, so the Broodlord is over here, so these guys are providing synapse for those Genestealers, and then you got your Hive Tyrant who has awoken, and the Broodlord has popped up, another 20-man squad in the ruin. And over here, it looks like your Carnifexes. You got old One Eye in the back, and then there's other 2 up front.
Yep.
Alright, so the slumber has awoken. The ground is shaking from the advance of the Imperial Knight and the Land Raider Crusader, with the Storm Raven following up closely behind, streaking in. So you got 3 subterranean assault units, plus the 3 troops that are inside the tunnels, and your 2 lictors. And I got 2 teleporting Terminator squads. So since I finished deploying first, I decide if I go first or second, and I will go first. So we're going to do movement, and we'll get back to you after that. Okay, so we advanced. We went enough movement so that I can get an angle from the Storm Raven with its big heavy weapons on the Hive Tyrant. It's going to get cover because he's more than 50% obscured from terrain, and he's in terrain. We got the Land Raider Crusader going right up the middle of the street, and we put him so that he gets his 24-inch range on that big giant Genestealer brood that's inside the ruin. And then we moved him up so that his gun will be in range of the first Carnifex that's over there in that ruin, or I could fire at the Genestealers over here. And the Hellstorm Cannon will be able to target these zoanthropes if I need. And I was going to hold off on the Terminator Deep Strike from Teleport Strike, but I figured I needed the firepower now. I have overwhelming firepower as a card, and I think I got to be able to try to take these guys out if I can, or at least do some damage to them so they don't get those smites with the mortal wounds, which can take out everybody without invulnerable saves. And I got to deal with this giant squad too, so I dropped these guys within rapid fire range of this huge Genestealer brood. So we're going to try to do as much damage as we can to the little guys and the synapse. So we're targeting the Hive Tyrant, the zoanthropes, and these Genestealers and these Genestealers. Now Connor's going to get cover here, but those things can't move through walls, so they're going to have to go around either that way or this way. And my Knight, well, maybe I'll be able to gun them down by the time that happens, but he still has a lot in reserve. So going up to shooting. Well, actually, Psychic Phase, I have nothing for Psychic Phase, so we're going to go to shooting. Okay, so the first round of shooting is going to come from these Terminators. I got 4 Stormbolters in rapid fire range, plus an assault cannon targeting the zoanthropes. So you got a 3+ invulnerable save, right? What's their toughness? 4? 4. Alright, so I get 16 shots with the Stormbolters in rapid fire range, and then 6 shots with the assault cannon, all hitting on 3s. I don't have a captain nearby, so we're not going to be able to re-roll any 1s. We relied on it last time. I don't see a 1 rolled, but I do see a lot of 2s. So let's pick up the 2s at miss. That's not too many, actually. Good round of shooting by the Terminators with their teleport strike, this elite army. We've got to be precise and make every round count. So they're toughness 4.
Yep.
So the reds will need 4s, and the blacks are strength 6 will need 3s. Okay. So for Stormbolters, we have 9 Stormbolter wounds, and that's you're going to get 3 up and vulnerable for that. And then 4 assault cannon, which you'll get 3 up and vulnerable for that.
So they're all the same.
Alright, so saves for the zoanthropes. Everything does 1 damage. 3 up and vulnerable save.
So you kill 1 and put 1 wound.
Nice. What do they got? 2 wounds a pop?
3.
3 wounds a pop. Okay, we got the other teleporting Terminators that drop down in rapid fire range of the Gene Stealers in the ruin. So you're going to get a +1 cover for ruin, and my assault cannon will get a -1. But what is the you also have an invulnerable save of a 5 up?
So a 5 up armor and invulnerable save. The armor turns to a 4 up, so I'll get that against the bolters, and the assault cannon has -1 AP, so I'll use the 5 up invulnerable.
Nice. Alright, so we're going to roll again. We don't get to re-roll 1s, but 3s will hit. Reds are Stormbolters. Oh, oh man. Alright, that was not as good. But let's see what we got for wounds now. Toughness 4.
Yep.
So the reds need 4s and the blacks need 3s. Okay, so not a lot of wounds this time. So against the reds, you got a 4 up, you said?
Yeah.
And then the blacks, you get the 5 up?
Yep, so I'll do the red dice are against your bolters, and
Okay.
the green dice are against your assault cannon. So
Alright, roll them up.
4s for the reds. So 3 deaths.
See a lot of 6s.
3 6s.
Alright, so we killed only 3 with all that shooting. Alright, the Ironstorm missile pod from the Knight can target units that it cannot see. I'm going to try to finish off this, at least one of these. Possibly 2 if I get lucky. It's a heavy D6. So let's roll the dice and see how many we get. That's a 6, because the fists on the big dice are 6s. Alright. So we're getting 6 shots from the Ironstorm. Hitting on 3s, no minuses to fire with heavy weapons with, that's not looking good because there's not 1 hit from the Ironstorm. Oh no, we got 1. Alright, we need a wound, it's strength 5, so it's wounds on a 3.
It's a wound.
And you get your 3 up invulnerable.
It's good.
Damn. Okay, the Avenger Gatling cannon is going to fire from here through the ruin. You're going to get cover, but I could see that one first Carnifex up there. He's a regular guy. Hitting on 3s with no minuses for moving and firing heavy weapons with knights.
Not too good.
Alright, so 12 shots. And strength 6, what's the toughness?
7.
So I need 5s. Damn, only 1. Alright,
AP minus
it's got an AP -2 and it does 2 damage.
So I have a 3+, turns to a 2+ for cover, which becomes a 4+. Failed.
So 2 damage on the Carnifex. Alright, the Land Raider's got to pick up some damage here. The Crusader is going to fire its Hurricane Heavy Bolters and Twin Linked Assault Cannon into the big squad in the middle here. So I got a Storm Bolter. So 14 shots of bolter fire. Hitting on 3s. And the strength of 4, toughness 4.
Yep.
So wounding on 4s.
4.
So 4 wounds on the Gene Steals that are in cover. So you get +1 to your save.
4 up. 1.
Okay, so now it's 12 shots from the Assault Cannon into the Gene Stealers. And we're hitting on 3s. Strength 6. Wounding on 3s. Toughness 4. Alright.
7.
Yep, -1.
So I get a 5 invulnerable save. So I save 3, so you kill 4.
Okay, the multi-melta is going to target the Hive Tyrant. That was I declared that before. I don't know if it was on camera, but we definitely declared all those shots. So multi-melta hitting on 3s is a miss. Okay, now all of the weapons from here are going to fire at the Hive Tyrant. So I've got the twin multi-melta, that's 2 shots. The twin las, that's going to be another 2 shots. And then 2 Storm Strike missiles, all targeting the Hive Tyrant that is 50% obscured in terrain. Okay, so we'll start with the multi-melta, 2 shots, hitting on 3s, nothing. 2 las cannons hitting on 3s, 2 hits. Strength 9, toughness 6, so wounding on 3s. 1 wound, it's got a -3 to your save, and you got cover.
No, so D6.
So D6 wounds, you're taking 6.
I ignore them on a 6 for the warlord trait. So I take 5.
So 5 wounds to the Tyrant. And I got 2 Storm Strike missiles hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Strength 8. Toughness 8.
Toughness 6.
So we wounded. So you get your save. It's -2. But you're in cover. So it's -1.
So 4 up.
4 up.
Man.
Got it. Alright. Alright. I don't know if it's because I split all my firing or there's just not a lot of models, but a little underwhelming with the firepower here. So you're still going to get Fury of Claws here. I only killed, what, 3 miles from this squad?
Yeah.
I was trying to get at least 2 of those Zoanthropes down. I only took 1 and wounded another one. Wounded the big Carnifex over there. And wounded the Hive Tyrant. But now I got my Terminators in charge range. And possibly the Land Raider. Scary stuff. Alright, so I did not get any of my objective. Oh no, I did. I got secure objective 6. So the Knight has secured the objective. And I also got defend objective 6. So if I sit there for a turn, I'll be able to defend that. Unless it gets knocked off of it. We also pulled domination, which is all the objectives. Objective 3, which is by the Zoanthropes, which I was going to try to get later on. Blood and Guts is the fight phase. But I was trying to get overwhelming firepower and didn't get it. Didn't come close. Alright, so that is the end of the Space Marines turn. There are no morale checks as it was turn 1. So we're going to go to the bottom of turn 1 in the Tyranids. So we'll see if Connor brings any of his subterranean assault elements out. He has Lictors also in the shadows. And a whole bunch of guys in the tunnels. So we'll get back to you after Connor deploys the rest of his models and does his movement phase. Bottom of turn 1, Tyranids. Alright, so Connor moved in advance the Broodlord with the Gene Stealers. They are allowed to charge after they move in advance, so he's pretty close to these Terminators. Same thing with these guys. I got the move in advance. Remember, everything counts, so it was 3 inches down. And then he moved, that was his advance roll, and then the 8-inch regular move got him out to here. So again, another possible charge going through that terrain. Old One Eye advanced. He moved 10 total, I believe, and the other guys just did their regular move. They have shooting weapons, so they're going to be able to shoot through the windows. But Old One Eye's got to go around the walls. And then we had the subterranean assault. 2 of the Trygons popped up here and here. And we got the Spine Gaunts came out and the Warriors. So you still have 2 Lictors in reserve hiding in the shadows and another Trygon with a set of Gaunts.
Yep.
And subterranean assault. Alright, the Hive Tyrant flew up onto this building because he has fly, so he's allowed to land on different levels of terrain. And now we're going into the psychic phase. So what do you got, Zoanthropes?
Yes, we have the horror on the Zoanthropes, and the Hive Tyrant. The Hive Tyrant's going to try to manifest the horror onto your Storm Raven. So it needs a 6. So we got a 6.
What does that do?
-1 to hit and -1 leadership.
So that's the horror?
Yep. And then we're going to use the Broodlord. He's going to try to cast it onto Terminators.
Horror?
Yep. He's a 6. So he fails. And then we have the Zoanthropes. They're going to cast Smite onto the Terminators. So an 8. I think that passes.
Yep.
And then it's
you can need a 5.
I think it's a D3, right?
D3, mortal wounds, can't stop it.
So 2.
So one Terminator is going to die.
And then since there's a Neurothrope, he regenerates.
I'm going to take the closest one. Just try to make that charge range a little bit less.
And the Hive Tyrant has 1 more power.
The Zoanthropes regenerate?
Yeah, because they have a Neurothrope, so they can get the wounds back. The Hive Tyrant's going to cast Catalyst onto that Terminator squad next to him. I mean, the
Catalyst, try to help him out?
Yeah, it gives him 5+ ignored damage. Into 6, failed.
Got a 5.
I'm going to use my first command point to reroll this 2.
Got it. 6.
Nice. Alright, so they
3 and
have
3.
5+.
So Catalyst on the Broodlord squad here, or it's not the Broodlord squad, but it's
doesn't count.
Gene Stealer squad.
Yeah, just the Gene Stealer.
This guy's got Horror, which is -1 leadership and -1 to hit.
Yep.
And that was it, right?
Killed one guy over there.
And you killed with a Smite Terminator. Okay. Okay, we're at the shooting phase now.
And shoot these gaunts, these Terminators.
Spine gaunts?
Yeah, so we have 4, 6, 9, and then +5, so it's 14.
Alright, 14 spine fists within pistol shot range of a Terminator. What do they need to hit?
4s. They get a bonus for having more than 20 guys. So
Alright, so because you had over 20 guys in this unit, you're getting re-rolling with wounds, but they need what to hit? 5s? 4s?
Yep. Strength 3. So wounding on 5s, re-rolling 1. These 3 hits. So 3 wounds.
3 wounds on the Terminators.
Yep.
2 up save. The Emperor protects.
I'm going to fire the Trygon at him. He has Bioelectric Pulse, Strength 5, -1 AP. 3 misses 3 times. Hits on 4s.
Any minuses?
I think it was -1. I'll check. Wounding on 3s, so 3 wounds.
Wounding on 3s. I'm going to roll my 2 ups. If I need anything, I got 2 1s, so you're going to kill a guy no matter what.
No AP modifier.
Lost a Terminator to Bioelectric Pulse. Alright, so this Terminator squad just got lit up. And now you're going for that one back there. Same thing, Bioelectric Pulse.
Yep. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds on Terminators, 2 up protect me. The Emperor protects. Alright, Warriors are going to fire all their Death Spitters at those Terminators back there.
Yep. And they're going to fire the Venom Cannons, which they have 2 of, at your flyer.
So split fire.
Yep.
What are we doing first?
These are the Death Spitters, 7 of them, hitting on 4s. No rerolls or anything. And they're Strength 5, so they will wound on 3s. So 11. No modifiers.
So I got 11 Terminator saves on 2s. I see 2 1s. So it's another Terminator down. Now these are the heavy Venom Cannons at the other one?
Just regular Venom Cannons. 2d3. So 4. Hitting on 5s because you're -1 to hit. So nothing. And now the Hive Tyrant will also shoot at it.
At the same Terminator squad that the Venoms have shot at?
The flyer.
Oh, you're shooting at the Storm Raven.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hitting on 4s. And he's Strength 7 guns, so they'll wound on 4s. So 2 wounds, -1 AP.
So I have a 3+ going to a 4+ for the Storm Raven.
1
Takes a wound. Alright, so that was the Hive Tyrant. And knocked me down to 13 wounds.
Alright, so they're not in Synapse, so they have to fire at the closest units. And it looks like the Knight is the closest for this one. Actually, no, both of them have to shoot at the Terminators because the Terminators are an inch closer than the Knight.
Alright.
So they have heavy Venom Cannons. So it's D3 shots each. So that's 4 shots. And they're Strength 9, -1 AP, hitting on 4s. So wounding on 2s. It's 2 wounds.
So we got 2 3-up saves because of the -1.
Yep.
The Emperor protects. Alright, so that's all the shooting. I lost 2 Terminators. Morale check will not harm me. And I lost 1 Terminator here. Morale check will not harm me. And the Storm Raven took some damage. So now we got a charge phase coming up.
Alright, so we're gonna check right here.
So you have adrenal glands on this guy, so he needs an 8, you said, right?
Well, yeah, but died.
I took some people that died.
So he's 10.5 inches away. So 10 inches will get him in, so he has to roll a 9.
Right.
So, I think we'll charge with these Gene Stealers first, because they only need a 6. Well,
they're going to take the Overwatch then.
Yeah, but he has a low chance of making it in.
Got it.
Charge with the Gene Stealers first into the squad.
Alright, so I'm going to fire my Overwatch. I have 2 Storm Bolters. That's going to be 8 shots, plus an Assault Cannon. So we got 8 Storm Bolter shots. Hitting on 6s. Looks like 2.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4. Wounding on 4s. Nothing.
The Assault Cannon.
And then the Assault Cannon, which is 6 shots. Needing 6s on Overwatch.
2.
2 of them. These need 3s though. They both wound and it's -1 AP.
So I have a 5 plus invulnerable. So 1 dies.
Nice. He made that invulnerable.
I'll roll the charge. Need a 6. So they make it. Sure.
Alright.
So I'll move them.
So we got the Trygon. Now he's going to try to get his charge in. He needs a 9 with the adrenal glands. So he's 10 inches away.
Nope. Rolled an 8.
Alright, so the Gene Stealers got in. He didn't.
We got these Gene Stealers. They're going to take your Overwatch.
Alright, so let's fire the Overwatch. I got 3 Storm Bolters and an Assault Cannon. Okay, 3 Storm Bolters. Rapid fire range. That's 4 shots each. Hitting on 6s on Overwatch. Just 1. Strength 4, toughness 4. Need a 4 to wound. Don't get the wound. And then we get 6 shots with the Assault Cannon. Hitting on 6s. Nothing.
So I'll roll their charge. So 7's definitely in.
Alright, so we got, these guys got in, and you left room for the Trygon to try to make a 9-inch charge.
Nope. Rolled an 8 again.
Alright, so the Gaunts tried to get into a charge with the Land Raider, but failed. I shot 5 and killed him in Overwatch. He used a reroll command point to try to get that 8-inch charge, but failed it. And now we got Fury of Claws, and it winds up being 13 guys. Only 3 are not in range within an inch of a guy that can attack. So what was it? 52 shots?
Yeah, 52 attacks.
So 52 attacks with Fury of Claws.
And they are
Gene Stealer assaulting Terminators.
So they're going to get a lot of bonuses because they have the Broodlord in there too. So they're hit on 3s, rerolling 1s, and they get 4 attacks each because they have a lot of models in the squad still. More than 10.
So rerolling 1s, hitting on 3s.
Almost fills up the whole thing.
And there's a little dice. Alright, so we moved them over. These are rerolls of the 1s. We took all the 2s out.
This one was a hit. Alright.
So all that. All those hits. What's the strength? 4?
Strength 4, rending claws. So
4s to wound?
6s are -4 AP.
Wow. -4 AP.
Alright, let's count the 6s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 rends.
5 rends. Needing a 5 up. So I failed 2. So that's going to kill a Terminator from the rending. Alright, these are 16 2-up saves from the rest of the damage. I see 2 more dead. 2 more dead.
So 1 man's left.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to interrupt so I could try to take some of these Gene Stealers out. Because they have Fury of Claws too, right?
Yep.
So I got to try to kill some guys. So I got 4 Power Fist attacks and 2 sword attacks. Alright, the Power Fists are -1 to hit because they're Power Fists. So I hit on 4s. I missed with all the Power Fists. Power Sword. Hits twice. Need 4s to wound. Wounds once. -3 AP.
5 of them vulnerable. So we kill 1.
So we got 1 guy. Alright, so I was able to kill 1 Gene Stealer, but that's still 13 that's going to make it into the attacks. So 13, Fury of Claws, 4 attacks each, but no Broodlord this time, right? So it's
right.
52 attacks, but not re-rolling ones. Alright, so that was all of the hits. Now we need to wound 4s and 6s again.
Yep.
Rending.
Oh, I forgot the rending claws are -1 AP.
Oh, I rolled 5s.
Okay. So, looks like 4 rends.
So 4 5-up invulnerables. Alright, so these are the invulnerable saves of 5-up. I fail all of them, so it's 2 more Terminators dead. That means I have 1 guy left, and there was 11 saves I got to make?
10.
10? Alright, so he killed all the Terminators here, consolidated into terrain. And the Broodlord killed the remaining Terminator here, but he could not consolidate into terrain, so he just shuffled 3 inches closer to the closest enemy model. And 2 Terminator squads that teleported in are now killed by Gene Stealers from the Fury of Claws and a massive amount of attacks.
Oh, objectives.
So that was too close. So what kind of Maelstrom cards did you get? Any?
Well, I didn't kill anyone and I didn't make you fail any morale. So I just have to defend objective 1, which is over there.
Where's that one?
It's in this corner. So I gotta go get on that.
So that was all you had was defend that, but you moved away?
Right.
Alright. Alright, so it's going to be top of turn 2 for the Crimson Fists. Okay, so we did movement and shooting and psychic since I have no psychic, so we're just going to film this up. So the Storm Raven 90-degree turned, moved this way, and fired everything it had at the Trygon, right?
Yep. Well, no. Just fire the multi-melta.
Oh, the multi-melt. I'm sorry, multi-melta at the Trygon.
And the missiles.
And the missiles killed them, right?
Yep. We
had 2 Storm Strike missiles, and they did enough damage to kill him. He had 8 wounds left. Then the twin Laz fired here. I did the 5 wounds I needed. He had 5 wounds left, but you made your
my
Warlord trait, which is a 6-up Feel No Pain equivalent, and saved him the 1 wound. So he's sitting there on one wound. Tenacious Hunter. From the Warlord trait, so he'd be down. And we fired the Storm Strike missile, Iron Strike missile, and you wound up making your catalyst saves for the 3 wounds that I did. And the Avenger Gatling Cannon killed
warriors.
7? Oh, killed 2 warriors. I did 8 wounds, killing 2 warriors because they have 3 wounds a pop. And this fired everything it had except for the multi-melta into here, killing what, 6?
Killed 10.
10 originally,
but then
the catalyst brought back
2.
Brought back 2. So we knocked this squad down, but it's still pretty strong. And we're going to do the charge now with the Lightning Claws and the Warlord, the captain that came out. All right, we did the charge, and the Lightning Claws shredded the gaunts. There was 1 remaining at the end of it, and he's out of 8-inch synapse range of the warriors, so he automatically failed his test. And Connor didn't want to spend 2 command points to try to save 1 Termagant. Alright, so it's the end of Crimson Fist turn 2, top of the turn. And for object Maelstrom cards, I was able to get Overwhelming Firepower by killing the Trygon and shooting. Blood and Guts by killing the Termagants in an assault. And defending objective number 6 by leaving the Knight where he was from last turn. So I held that for 2. So that's 2 points for that, defending it. Another 2 points for Blood and Guts and Overwhelming Firepower, and I had 1 for Objective 6 before, so that puts me at 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have First Blood. So the Crimson Fists are leading at the middle of turn 2, 5-1. So let's see what the Tyranids can do in response. Alright, so we got the movement phase and the shooting phase taken care of, so let's recap. Gene Stealer is moving up. Psychic phase, Zoanthrope. Did Smite.
Tried to horror and then perils.
Perilled on a horror, took a wound.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be 2.
Who damaged the Storm Raven because he took 2 wounds?
The heavy venom cannon shot it and did 2 wounds to it.
From the Carnifexes, right?
Yep.
And then these guys moved up. I got a lot of bioelectric pulse, but a lot of failure here.
Killed
the venom cannons and the
Death Spitters.
All the Death Spitters killed 1 Terminator.
Hive Tyrant failed to wound the Storm Raven.
So now you got all these guys moved up, poised, ready to strike.
Yep.
And which one are you going to charge first?
I'm going to charge the lictors into the back of your Land Raider.
That's right, the lictors popped up right here. They're both on the ground floor, and they're within 9 inches of that Land Raider, so if they get
within 10 inches, so they need 9. And they get to reroll, so one gets in, and the second one, I'm also going to charge, gets to reroll because he just came in.
You have to reroll the whole charge, or just can you pick one dice?
I believe you have to reroll the whole charge. Just reroll the charge, it says, so.
So that 6 doesn't stay, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not. Got it.
Got it.
So they're both in.
So both lictors were able to hit the Land Raider, so that's who's getting Overwatch. It's one of them, right?
Hidden Hunters. Well,
I can't see them, so I can't Overwatch them. Nice move.
So
you just eliminated Overwatch because there was a wall here. I can't see, so you can't Overwatch what you can't see, but you can charge what you can't see, as long as it's within 12 inches. So that was a slick way to eliminate my Overwatch. That's why I didn't want to charge him, because I figured if he was going to get charged, I'd at least get the Overwatch off. But thwarted by the Tyranid hive mind. Okay, the Tyranids, they did their charges. We talked about the lictors, sneaky, eliminating Overwatch. The Gene Stealers, they got an 11-inch charge, very fast.
Broodlord.
However, and the Broodlord,
10.
Way up, 10. He got all the way up here. The only problem is you failed Catalyst, even with a reroll of your command point, which you failed, Onslaught, which would have allowed him to advance and charge, which you did advance him, and now he can't charge. And then you rolled for these guys to charge, and they rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1. They needed a 4, so you used burned another command point, and re-rolled a 1. So that's 3 command points you've burned, and re-rolled it with 1s, the last 3 command points you used. So that is going to save me a little bit. You know, even though the Overwatch didn't go off here, those 2 failed charges. I'm still going to take a lot of damage because you have exactly 10, right? So Fury of Claws is still going, or Flurry of Claws, whatever it's called. That's still going to happen. So my Terminators are in big trouble, just like the other ones. But at least these guys have 6 left, so maybe it'll be a little bit tougher. And my Land Raider, we're going to put it to the test right now. It's getting hit by at least 2 lictors, possibly some Gene Stealers. All right, so let's see how this works. So we're going to do the result of the fight phase. Gene Stealers?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's... How many are going to go against... you have the Broodlord over there, too.
Yeah, but he can't...
Now remember, I get to interrupt. If I have 2 command points left. I interrupted last time. I was able to kill 1 Gene Stealer.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Gene Stealers first, though.
Got it.
I have to.
So trying to wipe out the Terminators.
If you kill one, I lose a lot of attacks.
Yep, yeah. Alright, so we did the charge phase here, and the fight phase. Now the Broodlord allows the Gene Stealers to reroll 1s, right? And you had 10 guys, so you had Fury of Claws. So you killed, on your charge, 3 Terminators. I interrupted your charge, and I tried to attack the Broodlord with 2 Lightning Claw guys. And I did 2 wounds. Then the Broodlord smacked me and did killed 2 more guys?
Killed 1.
Killed 1, but did 3 wounds, so killed 1 because there was 1 guy that was already wounded. So you killed 4 Terminators altogether from shooting and assault. I rolled a 3 for my leadership, so we were okay. The captain killed 2 or 3. 2 Gene Stealers, and then my Land Raider. This was crazy because you said that I need 6s to hit with the Land Raider and assault. The lictors, people are -1 to hit them. That means I have to hit on a 7. 6s aren't automatic hits. Only 1s are automatic anythings. Nice. So I could not even hit the lictors. That's pretty sick. So I went after Gene Stealers. I killed 1, I think, right? I hit 1 time.
You wounded once, but I made a save.
I wounded him, and you made your save. So I killed a couple of Gene Stealers, but everything's within Synapse, so you don't have to roll any morale.
Right.
But the beauty here is that you had Objective 2 as one of your cards, which is the center of the battlefield, and with your consolidation, you were able to worm 2 Gene Stealers to be closer than my Terminators. And that's all you need to have it. You had to have more models than the opponent within the center of 3 inches, 3 inches from the center of the objective.
1, I had 2.
So you got it. And
hold the line because I have 3 units in my deployment zone.
Hold the line. So that's 2 objective points. And was there anything else?
Is he in my deployment zone?
No, he's out because that goes on an angle from the tip of that building all the way down.
So then I got it.
He's not in there. All right, so my Terminators actually did live. It was because the Warriors couldn't get in their charge, and the Land Raider didn't take any damage from the lictors. Alright, so what's the score now? I have 5. What do you have?
2 and first blood.
So 5-3 at the end of turn 2. So let's see what the... we still got Terminators with hammers and shields in there. We're going to get them out. He doesn't have to hold that objective anymore, so he's free to come in and charge. And you still have a Trygon in a subterranean assault with 20 gaunts?
24.
24 gaunts. Still have a lot of things in reserve. So let's see if we can kill some stuff. The hive tyrant's on 1 wound. And we got a bunch of warriors here, but unfortunately he's going to have to drive away, but he won't be able to shoot. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so we disembarked the Dreadnought and the Terminators, and then the Storm Raven went into hover mode and flew over here 20 inches and spun around. We fired the Storm Strike missiles into the zoanthropes and killed the injured one. The last cannon fired into the Trygon. 1 hit, did some damage. I think it was 2 or 3 points. And the multi-melters finished off the Hive Tyrant, and he did not explode in the writhing death. So we got a Warlord kill, and we're okay with that. Other shooting, Gatling Silencer fired into the Trygon, did 4 wounds with 2 hits. 2 wounds getting through, I should say. The Meltagun failed to hit on a Lictor. And that was all the shooting, because this guy had to back out of combat. Now he can't fire his turn because he had to get out of there. And what else you got? That's it, right?
Yep.
So now it's going to be a charge. I'm going to declare the Dreadnought against the Gene Stealers and the Terminators with the hammers against the Warriors. So you got some Overwatch.
Yep. So here are the Death Spitters. I'll do the Venom cannons first. So 2d3. So 4. Roll that all game. 6s to hit. No, 1. Strength 8. So wounds on a 2. 1 wound, -1 save.
So I need a 3 up to save with the Terminator armor. Emperor protects.
These are the Death Spitters. So I'll hit on 6s, so 2. And then wounding on 3s. 1 wound, -1 save.
Another 3 up for the Emperor.
Nice.
Alright, so the assault phase. So the Knight charged over here to the Broodlord. The Terminators charged the Warriors. The Dreadnought charged the Gene Stealers. Let's talk about the first combat.
So
the first combat we did was
the Terminators with the Thunderhammers.
Terminators with Thunderhammers. Now this is weird. If you've made it this far in the video, we're asking the community for help here because we're not sure how this is supposed to be played. I did 6 wounds with the hammers. They do 3 points of damage per hit. He had Catalyst cast on him, which means you get to save for those 3 damage points. Each guy, right? 5 up ignores it. So what I thought was going to happen is that each hammer was going to kill a guy because they have 3 wounds each. Obviously it's not going to happen, so he rolled the first 3 dice. He got a 6, so only 2 damage. So here's how we played it. We went 1 at a time now at that. So that first hammer only technically did 2 damage. So the second hammer, we applied 3 damage to the remaining guy that was still wounded. You made how many saves for that one? 1 more save, so that did 2 damage.
So I finished him off.
But that finished the one guy off because we don't think the wounds don't carry over. We know that.
We didn't know if we should put the second attack onto another guy.
Right. We didn't know if each guy should get 3 dice, and then there would be multiple guys with possibly 1 wound or 2 wounds remaining, or the way we played it like this, which is we kept doing wounds until we finished the guy off.
We rolled each hammer hit 3 dice at a time because they do 3 damage each.
Right. And which wound up only killing, out of the 6 hits from hammers, only killed 3 guys and left a 4th one with 1 wound remaining. So let us know if you think we played that right. We know that wounds don't spill over, but it was the catalyst that gives you that feel no pain, which was confusing. Does each guy suffer the 3 wounds from the hammer, and then each guy gets to make his catalyst against the 3 wounds, possibly leaving multiple warriors with 1 or 2 wounds left or killed outright? Or the way we played it, which is we went through each warrior at a time, and then the excess wounds didn't carry over but would kill off the warrior as they were wounded. So if you made it this far, if you can help us out, what your opinion is, that would be Very helpful, thanks. Alright, so the rest of it. This is another crazy thing that happened. Then you interrupted with your Broodlord, right?
Right.
He killed a Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
And then my charging Knight went. Well, actually, the Dreadnought went, killed a couple of Gene Stealers. Then my charging Knight went, and this is great, because I hit him with 3 Reaper Chainsword hits. I figured, alright, I can only attack the Broodlord, let's just hit him with the strongest weapon we got. What do you make, Connor? What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5, a 5, and a 6.
For invulnerable saves.
I dodged all the attacks.
So that means those 3 Reaper Chainsword hits, there was 6 damage apiece. Technically 18 wounds. There was 5 invulnerable saves. Blocked it. Well, three invulnerable saves of 5+, blocked it. So Broodlord is an animal. Not only has he been a beast in combat, he's been slaying Terminators left and right. And he's just he's already chewed through 2 Terminator squads, and he survived the Reaper Chainsword hit all on himself. 3 Reaper Chainsword hits. All right. So we did not consolidate over here to get this Trygon locked up. We didn't want him involved in the combat. We just have the Warriors locked up right now. The Gene Stealers over there locked up. The Broodlord and 2 Gene Stealers that survived from the Captain and the other remaining Terminators. So now it's going to be the bottom of turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
I scored 1 point for behind enemy lines by putting this guy back here. I did not get area denial because you still have 2 Gene Stealers and a Broodlord left. And domination is out of the picture, and secure objective 3, which I'm trying to work on possibly later on in the later turns. So another point gets me 6 points. I killed your Warlord, that's 7. You killed First Blood and 2 objectives, so it's 7-3?
Yep.
Alright, 7-3 going into the bottom of turn 3. Tyranids.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I killed, what, 1 Gene Stealer with the...
Yep, killed 1 Gene Stealer with the Dread.
Did 2 damage, but you saved 1. Killed 1 warrior or 2?
2.
With the hammers.
2
this time the hammer. No catalyst this time. So no rules issues. The Broodlord fell to the Reaper Chainsword.
Yep, he did 3 wounds though before that.
The 2 Gene Stealers fell to the Captain and the lone Terminator, and I also did 3 wounds with a hammer blow to the Lictor, but he did make a save to save himself, or else he would have been dead, right?
No, you just do 3 wounds.
Oh, I only had the 1 hit. I split my attacks 2 and 2. So the Lictor lives. So I'm going to have to back out of combat and lose shooting again with that Land Raider. The Knight is free to move because he defeated his guy in combat, so he's not in combat anymore.
He wouldn't be locked up though.
And over here you charged this thing. I killed the 1 Trygon to Overwatch, right? The Storm Strike missiles blasted him and did 6 damage, 1 hit, and a 6 for damage. So he got eliminated, but this guy made it into combat and did a whole bunch of wounds. So I passed that threshold, or I'm at the threshold. I have 7 wounds.
Well, we only did 3 wounds.
Oh, one of these guys did something. Didn't they shoot it?
A flesh boar did.
A flesh boar wormed its way in.
Yeah.
And old One Eye has come around the corner, so he's looking to eye up my Dreadnought right now, who's in combat with these gaunts. So we're going to see if my Knight can take on the old One Eye. That'll be a nice matchup.
Yep.
Alright, did you get any points that turn?
Yeah, I got
Maelstrom cards?
3 points. Defend objective 1 with the Carnifex.
So that was over there, you were defending it.
5 with the gaunt.
And 5 was over here.
Yep.
So 2 points. Great. What do you got total? Oh, that's right, the defend is worth 2. That card's worth 2 points. Better put a dice of 2 on it.
So I have First Blood plus 5 points. 6.
So 6 altogether. And I got 2, 4, 6 plus Warlord. So it's 7-6.
Yeah.
Going into the top of turn 4. Alright, the money round's coming up.
One wound.
Alright, so we just finished top of turn 4, right?
Yeah.
The Terminators finally killed the Warriors, but the Lash Whip lashed out as he died and killed my remaining Terminator that had 1 wound left. So in his death throes, the Lash Whip was worth the points. I killed the Lictor with the Captain. We consolidated with the Captain and the Terminators going down this alleyway, trying to get to objective 3, because that's one of our objectives that we have. We just got area denial because we cleared the center, finally, the center of the battlefield with from the Lictor and the Gene Stealers. So we got 1 Maelstrom point. And That Terminator had tried to get over there. He advanced. We failed to charge with the Knight. The Dreadnought backed out of combat so I could shoot these Gene Stealers with the Gatling cannon. But we rolled a 1 for him to hit the Iron Strike. Hasn't really been worth it this game. Hasn't done any damage. And now Old One Eye is going to get the charge off here. We're catalysted. No, we're horrid, right? So we're -1 to hit
not
still.
Anymore.
Not anymore. That's gone.
Yeah.
We were horrid. So the Knight has taken a couple of wounds, not many. The Dreadnought is down, a few wounds. This guy got shot. He's down a few wounds, but still kicking. And you got the Zoanthrope still alive.
Yeah.
So it's a close game. We got what was it? 2, 4, 5, 7 to 6, 8 to 6 now. 8 to 6 because I got area denial. 8 to 7. I'm sorry, right?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
What'd you have?
I think I have 6.
2, 3, 5 in cards, and you killed.
I have your first blood.
You had first blood.
No warlord.
All right. Okay, we're at the bottom of turn 4.
I have to.
So Connor's rolled his advanced move with the Gene Stealers. They get an 8-inch move plus 2. That's 10. He's going to try to wrap around and snag that Dreadnought back into combat, or the Terminator, or both. Lots of maneuvering with these Gene Stealers. Very fast unit.
All right. And
All the Carnifexes finally came around the horn here, going against that Knight. Big face-off. Where's this guy going?
You might just back
Zoanthrope
up.
falling back. You could fly. You could jump up on terrain.
You might go over here.
Whole bunch of gaunts. They need synapse.
Alright, I'm gonna move all these guys out.
Is the Zoanthrope the only synapse creature you got left on the board?
Yep.
Wow. Gotta take him out. So Trygon and 3 Carnifex is going after the Knight.
It's coming out.
Alright, so we're going to start over here. The Lictor is getting deep in my enemy line here, so he had to get objective 4. That's going to get him a point. Plus line breaker at some point. You harnessed the warp, that's another point, right?
Yeah.
You smited a Terminator, killed him.
No, I horrored your Knight.
Oh yeah, you hard the Knight, so he wouldn't be able to Overwatch because he -1 to hit, so he's only hitting on 7s, and he can't hit on 7s, so it's not automatic hits.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 things in the charge. You failed to get the D3 mortal wound charge with the Old One Eye, but Trygon made it. Old One Eye is in combat. The Gene Stealers got into combat with just the Terminator, not the Dreadnought.
Right, just the Terminator.
And then these gaunts came flying out of the ruin, and they swarmed all over these 2 Terminators. One of them's wounded.
Yep.
Zoanthrope is still hanging back here. And going into combat now, right?
Yeah.
Shooting's done. Going into the fight phase. Charges are done.
So we got the Gene Stealers on your Terminator.
So we got 1, 2, 3 charges, right? And I have no points to interrupt any of these. 4 charges.
On 3
So
units.
4 things, and then you get a... That's it. Alright, the Gene Stealers is less than 10, so no more flurry of claws.
Hitting on 3s. 6 hits. Wounding on 4s. So 2 Rens and 2 wounds.
So the Rens are 5 up vulnerables because of the last Terminator. He makes them both because the Emperor is our shield.
Now 2 3-ups.
3 ups because of the -1. Oh,
no, he's still alive.
He still has a wound. Does he have a wound?
Yeah.
No, he's alive. He still has a wound.
alive.
He's not wounded. So the Emperor is our shield and protector.
Now he's gone.
Alright, so with the pile in, 3-inch consolidate pile in here, we got a nice compact. Only 1 Termagant is not in the combat.
Hitting on 4s.
These guys came out of the tunnel. Turn 3.
Yeah, subterranean reinforcements.
End game. Could be this tied difference here.
Alright, so 5s. Looks like 4.
4 2-up saves
Yep.
for the Emperor. Oh man, and there's a wounded guy in there, so that's a Terminator down. Alright, now the double pinch and move here. We got, who are you doing first, Trygon or Old One Eye?
So he has a Toxin Spike Tail, which sucks. Hits on a 3, misses. And then he has 6 Scything Talon attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, but he doesn't roll any. 4 hits, strength 7, wounding on 5s. Nothing. So he failed.
So Trygon can't get the knight.
And then
now it's Old One Eye's turn.
So he gets, he's hitting on 3s, but he has to add 1 because he's an alpha leader. And he's going to get -1 because we're going to use Crushing Claws.
Nice.
He has 5 attacks. And, yeah, just 5 attacks. And if he hits, he gets to keep going with them. So hitting on 3s. So they all hit, so he gets 5 more attacks with his Crushing Claws. So he hits 9 times. Wounding on 3s, because these make him strength 14.
He's a beast.
So he's got 7 wounds.
What's the minus?
-3.
-3.
They do 3 damage each.
So I need 6s.
Well, you have invulnerable save.
Oh, that's right, the 5 plus invulnerable save. So 7, you said? 5 up invulnerable save for the knight. I only see 1.
Lives by the skin of his teeth.
So 6 wounds.
Well, 18.
What do they do? What?
3 each.
3 each?
Yeah.
Wow. What do he have? 21 wounds? Yeah. He's got 3 wounds left.
Yeah.
21 wounds down to 3. Amazing. Severely damaged from Old One Eye. Okay. The knight needed 6s to hit because he was wounded down to 3 wounds. He hits on 5s and he was horrored. So that's a -1 hit, so he only hit on 6s, and I missed with all the Reaper Chainsword hits on Old One Eye. So that's bad. The knight is in trouble. So the Venerable Dread is going to have to try to save the day. We'll see if it can happen. I'm going to get 1 shot at that guy, and then those other Carnifexes might be able to finish the knight off if I don't start shooting quick. This guy is in big trouble. A lot of gaunts surrounding him, but the captain is on his way. And the Land Raider is finally free to shoot. So if we back out of combat... Can I back out of that combat?
With who?
No, I'd have to wait.
That one guy?
Yeah. I couldn't do it at the end of my turn. I'd have to do it at the end of the combat phase, right? My combat phase? Because that would have been nice to shoot him up. Alright. So we're at the top of 5. You just scored 2 more points?
Yeah.
You got
objective.
Objective back there with the Lictor.
I mastered the warp with the zone throw.
So you just got it. It's 8 to 8 right now. And you'll have Line Breaker if that guy survives. This is getting crazy. It's coming down to the wire. This is turn 5. It could end. So this is important points. I have 2 cards. Domination, which I'm not going to be able to do anything about. It's all the objectives. And securing objective 3, which we just got taken out of contention for. So let's see what we got. Looks like we have to drop the the Storm Raven right there. Get that 1 point. Could mean all the difference.
It's a lot to hit.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. We had to go into hover mode because this 1 point could be really important. I had to get this objective. Captain's moved up to try to help out these guys. The Knight backed up because he's Titanic, so he'll be able to shoot, charge, do all his stuff. The Land Raider moved up within rapid fire range to try to see if I could take down or do some damage on One Eye, and we got the Dreadnought filling the gap, ready to charge, shoot, whatever he's got to do. Block the path, we'll see. Alright, so we got the movement. Let's go to the shooting. Alright, the shooting was not a good shooting round. I rolled everything that this thing shot, rolled a 3 and a 1. So the Twin Las, the Twin Melta, the Storm Strike, all whiffs. Got no hits. This guy's wounded really bad because he's hard. He's hitting on 6s. So he didn't hit anything. Well, he did hit, but nothing really got through. Old One Eye made his saves. I shot the Gatling cannon.
Shot the Crusader at him too.
Crusader fired everything it had at Old One Eye. No damage. But I did do a couple points of damage to him with the Dreadnought, right? The Dreadnought fired at the Trygon, trying to take him down a little bit. Got him down to his next bracket. So now it's assault phase.
Almost next bracket, not quite.
Almost next. So we got to charge. We're going to charge the Knight into Old One Eye.
Okay.
We're going to charge the Dreadnought. Oh, man. I wonder if I should... How many wounds does Old One Eye have left? 7?
Yeah, and he regenerates.
He's wounded. Alright, I'm going to charge the Venerable Dreadnought into Old One Eye. And I'm going to charge the Knight into the Trygon.
Okay.
How's that? I got to kill something.
Trygon has Overwatch.
Yep.
That's it.
And then I'm going to charge the Captain into these gaunts. Alright, it's atrocious. The Crimson Fist curse of hand-to-hand combat. Those who know me well. We whiffed completely with the Dread. No hits. We whiffed, well, we needed 6s with the Knight. I just needed 1 hit. That's all I had to get through, was 1 of those Reaper Chainsaws to hit. Because he only had 4 wounds left. Nada. So no hits from both of those characters, both of those war machines that charged. The Lightning Claw guy killed his guy. So he's on 1 wound, but I killed the Gene Stealer.
There's 1 left.
And now, oh, there's 1 left? There was 2 there?
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, I thought there was only 1. So he might still die. And then this guy is getting swamped.
Yep, so we've got 15 gaunts on the lone survivor, the sergeant, and then 5 on the captain.
Yep, Captain killed 2.
So we got 6 hits, and then 5 to wound. So 1 wound on your sergeant.
2 up for the Emperor.
And then on the captain, 1 hit, 5 to wound, failure. So now your Thunderhammer gets to fight.
Alright, so Thunderhammer. And nothing, because I only get to reroll 1s with the Captain.
So now the Gene Stealer on the Lightning Claw. 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. Nothing.
Alright, so he only has 1 wound left, so he's
so
alive.
Now the Trygon has a tail attack.
Toxin Spike.
Yeah, hits. Wounds on a 6. Nothing. And then he has 6 Siding Talons hitting on 4s now.
The Knight's in trouble.
Reroll 1s. So 5 hits. And he wounds on 5s. Fails.
Oh,
everything.
Looks like
nothing.
Me.
And now Old One Eye gets 5 attacks.
On the Venerable Dread.
Using... What's the toughness of that guy? 7?
7.
Old One Eye strength 7 still, so we'll use his Siding Talons. So he's hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. So the reroll 1s came in handy. So we got 5 hits, which means we get 5 more attacks.
Nice.
Rerolling 1s again. So 10 hits, strength 7, wounding on 4s.
I think the Venerable Dread is in trouble. He needed to hit.
So
on the charge.
6 wounds, minus 3 AP.
6 wounds.
3 damage each.
So I need 6s. 1, 6. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an overkill. Explodes. Let's see if it explodes. No. Should have. Alright, so here it is. Bottom of turn 5. Is that where we are right now?
Yeah.
So I just scored 1 point for getting this objective number 3 with the hover mode Storm Raven. So I'm up 9 to 8 right now. Connor had First Blood, and I had Slay the Warlord. So the objectives, tactical Maelstrom objective cards, all coming into play. Tight game. What'd you pull for cards for this turn?
So I got Mission Critical Objective, and you roll which objective you have to score.
And you found out it was this one in the middle, the
6.
communication relay.
Yeah. So the Elector had to roll a high advance to get to it.
So he's on his way. He rolled a 1. So he's trying to get to it.
Moving though.
This could be the end of the game. Bottom of 5.
Old One Eye regenerates 1 wound. It's up to 8.
Right now, Line Breaker is going to be big because you have your Lictor over there, but I have a whole bunch of units in here. Looks like 2.
Yeah. So I'm going to kill the Knight and the
Knight
Storm.
is in trouble. Old One Eye is free to go. My Venerable Dread really blew it when he missed everything.
It's a sacrifice.
Yep. Tried to come in. He had a nice charge too. Now these Carnifexes have been waiting for blood all game. Behind the building, have come around to seek vengeance.
An old one eye.
Old one eye is regenerated, right?
You got 8 wounds.
Back up to 8.
And you might kill this thing.
He's going for it?
He's just gonna do it.
Wow.
We'll see. He's gonna be equal distance between them.
I've got 3 vehicles. The Land Raider is untouched. The other ones are hurting. I got 1 Terminator each from the assault squads live, and the captain. Looking bleak.
Alright, and the Zoanthrope is going to advance 1 inch.
The old Zoanthrope.
He's got to
sneak.
Get out and get some synapse over here.
The only synapse creature left. We tried to target him. We missed with the Storm Raven.
And this guy's out, but his closest target is over here.
Storm Raven really blew it too last turn. He missed with all of his weapons.
8 inches. Alright, I think. So this guy has to target the knight with his charge. Alright.
And he's shooting with heavy venoms?
Heavy venom cannon's going to fire at the Storm Raven. 2 shots. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. 1 wound.
Alright, let's see if I can make a save. I need a 3 up? 4 up. -1, you said, right?
D3
Takes another
damage.
wound.
3.
3. Now I'm down to 4.
Punching through.
Looking bad.
That's all the shots. So this guy's shoot the closest.
I think that thing's going to come out of the air soon. It's in hover mode.
Alright, it's charge turns. We're going to charge this Carnifex at the Storm... Oh wait, yeah, you're in hover mode, so I'm going to charge the Storm Raven. You get to shoot Overwatch.
The first guy?
Yeah.
Las cannons. Nothing. Multi-meltas. Nothing. Storm strike missiles. Nothing.
Adrenal glands. Shit!
Another
God
3?
Damn it.
And you have no more command points
Nothing.
left. They all were worthless this game. So the one makes it. I mean, the Storm Raven survives the charge.
Yeah. Now we have to charge the other guy's going to charge your knight. Locked in combat. So he rolls a 5, turns into a 6. It's also going to be really short. Damn, these guys can't get.
No charges.
And we're going to charge. We're going to charge old One Eye into
It's
the
automatic.
Land Raider.
It's only an inch.
Yeah.
The horns. See if they get the D3 mortal wounds this time.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
D3.
Ooh! Takes the first wounds of his career right now, 8th edition. The Land Raider Crusader.
You get Overwatch, though.
Alright, let me do the Overwatch. Alright, he got through the Overwatch. A few bolters hit, another assault cannon, but he shrugged off all of the wounds. So now he's in combat.
So he's attacking with his crushing claws. So he's going to hit on 3s. He hits 3 times.
No rerolling of 1s?
Give him... No, because it's a claws. So he gets 3 additional attacks. So 5 hits altogether. Wounding on 3s. Oh, shoot. So 3 wounds, -3 to your armor save.
So 6 ups. Can't make any of them, so that's 9 more wounds?
Yeah. Well, I think does the 5 save it? Maybe 2+, right?
Oh, 2+, that's right. The Land Raider in 8th edition, 2+ save. So 6 wounds. So I'm down to 7 wounds remaining. 7 wounds on the Land Raider.
I'm going to pick the Trygon to fight next.
Okay, what does he got? Scything Talons again on the Knight.
6 of them.
Knight's struggling.
1s. Hitting on 4s. 3 1s. Okay.
I just got to get 1 Reaper Chainsword
3
hit on that
hits.
guy. And he's going down.
Strength 75s.
Can't get it.
Wound him ever. He's rolled like 15 dice.
Is that the only one? You got the gaunts?
Well, no, now you get to go. Because that was my charge.
Yeah, but you still get to pick a unit.
That's what
Oh, that was the Trygon? Alright, let's decide here. So they actually, Reaper Chainsword found a hit, right? I only needed 5s this time.
2 hits.
2 hits, but you did make a 6+ save.
You made an armor save, but you only needed 1 to get
So
through.
1 Reaper Chainsword hit is all we needed. The Trygon falls.
Light him to death.
The Land Raider Crusader holds up against the charge of Old One Eye, miraculously. We killed 2, 3, I don't know how many we killed
2.
here. Not that many between all these people, the captain and the sergeant.
Killed the Gene Stealer.
And the Genes, yeah, he lived, so he gets a 3-inch consolidation with his 1 wound left, the Lightning Claw guy.
One Eye.
He's got to go help out with the gaunts.
I think he has to go this way, though.
Oh, you're kidding, so I'm not going to move then. I'm not going to consolidate, you're right. He does have to go towards the closest model, But he wants to go over here and help out his captain, and his sergeant too. Alright, so the Storm Raven actually lives. He can go back into flight mode.
Yep.
And the Knight is free to charge.
He can consolidate.
He's going to stay where he is too. He doesn't want to get closer to one eye. He wants to go over there and kill a Carnifex. Alright, so I have to roll a 3-up though to see if it goes on. Because right now I'm winning 9-8 because you failed to get your advance roll.
Yeah.
You failed to get here. The Crimson Fists are beating the Tyranids 9-8. And a 3-up will get us into the next round. 6. It's a 5, so it's going to round 6. What card do you have left? I have Domination, which means I can't score it because I have to get all the objectives. It's not going to happen.
I have Mission Critical Objective.
That's the 6, so you could get that. Well, how many points is it worth?
1.
1 point, so you could tie it up. You'll get Line Breaker.
I have to kill a Storm Raven and a Knight.
And I got to stay in Line Breaker mode. Big round coming up. Alright, this is it. Top of turn 6. Yep. Crimson Fists are winning 9-8. So I gotta stay in hover mode. So I can stay in this line breaking situation and be able to fire down there to kill the Lictor who's line breaking. And he also can score that objective. That's the critical objective right up there. Where is it? There it is. The communications tower. I gotta kill this Zoanthrope with Storm Strike missiles, kill the Lictor with the las cannon, and kill this Carnifex that only has 4 wounds remaining with the multi-melta. Just like I tried to do last turn, but missed on everything. Can't happen again, right? The Lightning Claw Terminator is coming to help out the captain and the sergeant from the Assault Terminators on all these bugs. Try to lend his claws to the fray. We reversed and rolled a 6 for the advance and backed up with the critically damaged, well, it's not critically damaged, but it's half damaged. So we backed up as far as we possibly could with the advance roll, trying to get away from old One Eye. And the Knight is going to see if he can charge whatever's left over after I get done with shooting with these Carnifexes. Alright, turn 6, shooting. Yep. Alright, the Storm Raven. The Storm Strike missiles, you made your save against my 1 wound. So the Zoanthrope survived. The las cannons fired all the way down. 2 hits. No saves. Popped them with 6 wounds. The multi-melta, twin multi-melta, popped the Carnifex. No saves. So it took us 4 wounds out. I rolled a 6 because I got 2 dice within 12 inches. So I killed the Lictor. So that threat is over. Killed the Carnifex. And now the only shooting was Wounded Knight. So the Gatling Cannon is going at old One Eye. The Iron Storm Rocket Pod is going at the Zoanthrope. And the Melta-Gun is going into the Carnifex. Let's roll it up. Gatling into old One Eye. Hitting on 5s, right?
Yeah.
Because he's wounded badly. So, a couple of them. Looks like that was a 5. So 5 wounds. I mean 5 hits. Strength 6. Need 5s to wound him, right? 5s to wound. Only 1. It does 2 damage. It's at -2.
So 5. Yeah.
2 damage. Now the Melta-Gun. Shooting at the Carnifex in front of me. Needing a 5 to hit. Gets the hit with the 6.
2d6.
First I got a wound. Oh, yeah. Strength 8 against toughness 3. I mean toughness 7. So a 3 to wound. Oh, there's another 6. Now it's 2 dice. Pick the highest because within 6 inches. No save. -4. Oh, snake eyes. So only 1 point of damage. We could have had a chance to be a hero. Now the missile pod going into the Zoanthrope. D6. Heavy D6 shots. 4 shots. Hitting on 5s. 1 hit. It's not going to do it. Strength 5. -1 AP. 1 wound.
3 plus.
3 plus and vulnerable.
Fail.
Takes a wound.
1 or 2.
Let me go see. I think it might... Alright, so this is the first time we wounded with this thing. The Iron Storm does 2 damage. So it got through. So he's got 1 wound remaining?
Yeah.
Ah. Could have been a hero. Alright, the Land Raider can't shoot because he backed out of combat, 8th edition. That's everything, right? All the shooting is done. Now it's charged. This guy's automatic, he's in. So he's got that. He's 1 wound left. And let's charge the Carnifex.
Oh, I get Overwatch.
Yep.
3 shots. 2 shots, hitting on 6s. Nope.
Alright, let's see how far we charge to get in. A 5.
Got it.
That's gotta be enough. Alright, so there it is. We got 2 line breaking squads here, but we have things that are alive that can kill me. I tried to take him out. He could do mortal wounds, right?
Yeah.
With Smite.
Stuck in the charges.
Yeah, and I'm in hover mode. So it's going to be tough. Alright. Fight phase coming up. Okay, we did 1 Reaper Chainsword got through, right? 6 points of damage. How many wounds does he have left?
1.
1. And then in here we killed a couple of gaunts. This guy with the lightning claws got 3 kills.
Yep.
Captain got 2 kills. And the sergeant got 1 kill. And you're out of the 8-inch synapse range of your last synapse creature. So what do we got for
we'll roll their morale, and the Carnifex will fight the Knight. So they lost 6. They have a leadership of 5. So I'm going to lose 7.
Wow.
So that's a lot. Except misplaced
No more command points to re-roll anything around here.
Nope.
We're in turn 6, and the fists are winning by 1 point. It's getting real tight. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaunts left out of those 24 gaunts that came out of the tunnel late in the game. Yeah. Turn 3. Carnifex fighting back.
Hitting on
Wounded
4s,
Knight.
3 Siding Talons, and 1 Bone Mace. So rerolling 1s because he has the Talons. Alright, so 3 hits.
Fighting back.
Strength 6, need 5s. He did 2!
So what's the AP?
-3.
-3.
I'm going to do 3 damage each.
So 4, 5, 6. I need 2 6-up saves. How many wounds I got left?
5 up and vulnerable.
5 up and vulnerable. I keep forgetting that.
You fail 1, you're dead.
Fail 1, I'm dead. Failed both.
Dead.
The Knight goes down.
Do you blow up?
Let's see if it blows up. Let's roll a big die. No, doesn't blow up. Goes quietly. The Knight is down. Down goes Frazier. Oh, that hurts. Rolled 1 eye really did some damage to him, though. Crushed him. We got a consolidator going for the last line-breaking unit that I have in the army over here. Unless these guys can consolidate and get in.
Oh, we got to kill that, too.
Alright, so that was the end of the turn. I don't get any points because I couldn't get domination. That was the only card I have left. Can't get rid of it. And I got the 1 line-breaking squadron unit in here to try to give me a little buffer. But you still have this, right?
What?
This objective?
Yeah, I have to either score that or kill something with shooting.
Ooh. I got... With shooting. This thing only has 4 wounds left.
I could do it.
And you got the Venom Cannon. And the Smite. That's your best shot. Alright. Let's see what we got.
Alright.
Bomb at turn 6. Alright, the Smite just rolled an 11. So we had to turn the camera on for this, because this is how he's starting to turn. Going for Smite.
So D6 damage.
D6 with the Smite.
4.
4? It has only 4.
It's dead.
Takes it down.
Does it crash and burn on me?
Let's see. Crash and burn. I think I got to roll a 6. Nope, another 5. So you get your shooting, psychic shooting attack, isn't it? Smite?
So, yeah. Used to be.
Yeah, I think it is. So that's 1 point. Tied back up. Alright, we went to the booth review. Overwhelming firepower. It does say destroy during the shooting phase. So the psychic phase is not the shooting phase in 8th edition. It's not a shooting attack anymore. So he doesn't get the card, but you're going to get Line Breaker.
No, I'm not.
You could. Oh no, your old one eye went this way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get to it.
Yeah, it would have been.
Next turn,
the consolidation. If we go to another turn, possibly.
I gotta kill the warlord.
Warlord kill. That'll do it. There he is.
Might be able to get within an inch of both of them.
I think you can.
If I declare a charge against both of them. So here's his charge. 7.
You could definitely get right in there.
Squeeze in there.
Yep.
Squeeze up in there. Might move this guy down a little bit.
He's going to be right here because this is a piece of the. You know, he's going to be right on this terrain piece right here.
All right.
So he's in range.
4+
of the
he
two
does
of them.
D3 mortal wounds.
To which guy?
Someone within 1 inch. I don't think.
So the first guy that has a wound?
Yeah, so he does D3.
D3.
1.
He only had 1 wound left, and I get no saves. There's no invulnerable saves against mortal wounds.
Nope.
So the horns got him, those little horns. So he's dead after he came and started killing gene stealers.
Now he piles in.
And there's the warlord.
Fights. He's going to fight with his scything talons.
Alright, hold on. Let's get this on the camera. This is the warlord kill right here.
5 attacks, hitting on 2s, rolling 1s. Actually, he doesn't hit on 2s anymore because he has 6 wounds.
Well, look at all those dice rolls.
Well, they all hit. And 5 more. We're rolling the 1s. So that's 8 total hits. Wounding on 3s. 4 wounds.
4 wounds with a 3+ invulnerable save.
I'm going to do 3 damage each.
On the captain. 3 up saves. Oh, the Emperor, he is unbelievable. He protects and he's our shield. Come on. For the Emperor. So, no damage. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So now the Gaunts fight.
Gaunts. Who are they going after? The Capitan for the Warlord kill? They've been trying the whole time.
We're going to put 1 on the Captain because we
Captain's
have to.
wounded.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's got a wound on him.
Oh. So 4 on the Sergeant. 3 hits. 1 wound on your Sergeant.
2 up?
Yeah.
For the Emperor.
And then on the Captain, miss. So now you get to go.
Alright, so my Captain hits on 4 threes because of the hammer. Yeah, he's going after 1 eye because he just got bashed in the face.
Oh,
Strength of 8.
Up to 7.
So 3s do wound.
I think you got him.
It's a hammer.
Well, I need 6s, right?
Do you get the saves?
I need 2 6s. None.
So 9 wounds from the Thunder Hammer from the Captain.
Dead.
On old 1 eye. Vengeance is mine. Now I got the Sergeant on the Gaunts. Gotta mop up. We roll 1s because we're within 6 inches of the Captain. I need 4s to hit with him because he's got the Thunder Hammer. We do kill 1 Gaunt, which means it's going to be another synapse unless you're within 8. You measured it though, right? You're within 8? Alright. So that was the bottom of 6.
Yeah, so now see if it keeps going.
Alright, let's tally up the points and make sure we're at the right mark here. Alright, so we checked the score. We made sure everything's right. Connor has 7 Maelstrom points, and you have First Blood. That gave you 8 points. I have 8 Maelstrom points and Slay the Warlord. So Crimson Fists are winning by 1. We're going to turn 7. He needs to roll a 4 or better to get to turn 7. He's got the 4. So he needs overwhelming firepower and or line breaker to tie it up. Top of turn 7. Movement for Crimson Fist. It'll be quick. Alright, so the Captain just killed 3 Gaunts. We moved the Land Raider. It has no sight angles on any of these things because of the way the terrain is working here. There was no way we only moved 5 inches, so we had no way to get a sight on any of these shooting guys. So the Captain just killed 3 Gaunts. Now it's your turn. You have a Gaunt.
You want to fight the Sergeant?
He's wounded. The Sergeant. No, the Captain has a wound.
Doesn't wound.
Captain has a wound. He's the only. This guy right here.
So now you get to fight the
So now the Sergeant gets to try to kill the last Gaunt.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s because of the heavy weapon, unwieldy, And I get 1 wound with the hammer. So we got him. So now I can be shot.
Smited.
So I'm going to consolidate towards your guys to try to kill them. And say, come at me, bro. Alright, so that was the end of that turn. Now it's the Tyranid's turn, going right into it.
Over here.
Going for Warlord.
Got 1 wound. So we're going to smite with the Zoanthrope. Who actually is at full wounds because he regenerates when he kills people with smite. So he's going to shoot the Warlord, smite. Got a 7, so it passes.
D3.
D3. 1.
So he takes a 2nd wound.
And then we're going to shoot a heavy venom cannon at the Sergeant. Hope to kill him. So D3 shots, 3. And he's hitting on 4s.
This guy's on 1 wound.
2 hits, wounding on 2s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds on the Sergeant?
Yeah, 3 plus, because it's -1 your AP.
Venom cannon.
Saved.
The Emperor is our shield and protector.
So now the Carnifex and the Zoanthrope both have to charge. So the Carnifex is going to charge the Captain.
Okay.
So we got a 5
in.
plus a 6. He's in. And the Zoanthrope's also
stabbed him right in the eye.
going to get in there.
He's in. It's
So the Carnifex on a 4 plus, he does a mortal wound. Got a 4 plus.
So got 3 wounds on him?
Yeah. He's gonna get
bleeding.
3 Scything Talon attacks. So he rerolls 1s, hits on 4s, all hit, wounding on 3s. 1 wound with a Scything Talon.
-1?
Oh yeah, there's
Fail.
3 damage.
3 damage?
Yeah.
Warlord has been slain. I should have stacked these guys up. I should have put the Sergeant in front. So that ties it up?
Yeah.
And that's it. There is no more, because I'm not in line breaker position, because the point of the thing is here, and it goes to here. So let's get a measurement. I don't think. Alright, so the point is right from this building, and we got the wound marker here. So we got the line, and if we look over it, not in. Sergeant is not there. He's not in the zone for line breaker. So this game is ending in a draw because I didn't stack these guys up. I don't know if it would have happened. Maybe still would have charged. After all that carnage and all that blood, the Tyranids set the ambush. It was a deadlock mission. The Crimson Fist came in with a highly elite force. I wanted to see if I can go with minimum amount of models with very expensive toys. The Land Raider Crusader, the Storm Raven, the Imperial Knight, Oath Sworn, Terminator squads, all elites, Venerable Dreadnought, Captain in Terminator armor. Highly elite against a horde with some big bugs. Alright, so here are the warlords. They both were slain. I think I can take blame for my captain going down with poor position. I think I charged the guys trying to be heroic and brave, but foolish. So what do you think of 8th edition? This is our second game with Crimson Fist against Tyranids now, right?
Yep.
On the channel. This was Deadlock. We had the unique deployment. Tough for you, right?
Yeah, a little weird.
But you had the Horde with some big bugs. Who was your MVP?
Probably Old One Eye. He basically brought the Knight real low, and then Carnifex finished it off, but Zoanthropes performed pretty well too. Probably go with old One Eye.
Yeah, I wanted to try to kill the Zoanthropes early, and then I stopped my mission. You got the Zoanthrope here with 1 wound left, and a Carnifex with 1 wound left. I got a Land Raider with 7 wounds left. So what big differences of 8th edition do you find that helps your army?
Probably the charging and the no scatter deep strike helps.
And you use that to full effect today. You had subterranean assault with guys that can go in tunnels. The Lictors, I really like those guys.
The synapse change is really big too. How you don't like how you can still function.
Yeah.
It's not random if you function or not. Just charge close to enemy.
I find that the Space Marines, everything costs a lot more, so I was going with really expensive things to see what I can have, and it's a tough army. I mean, those 2 wounds on the Terminators helps a lot. But I think that the Thunderhammers and the Power Fists, I mean, being -1 to hit, I don't know. It's not looking good for the... Get a lot of misses, especially with the Terminators with the Power Fists. But I deep struck them in too close. I think I got to, like, maybe consolidate that squad or focus that fire a little bit better. Instead of splitting them up, I put them in harm's way bad. Yeah. And they were really overextended. I was going to wait a turn, but I thought that I'd be able to get some firepower going early, and it just backfired. So a little poor planning on that. Pulled the trigger too early on that teleport strike. Probably should have waited a turn and shot you up a little bit more. But I enjoyed the game. This is 8th edition has been very good so far. I enjoy it. I like it. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. It goes faster than the last edition.
Yeah. You get a little bit more speed going through the things. I mean, we're still got a learning curve going, so it's going to get better, but still looking up a lot of stuff in the books. But there's not that much to look up because you got the handy charts and there's not many rules complications, so it makes it a lot easier to navigate. What do you think about the terrain rules with the ruins?
It's weird how you can't move monsters to the walls.
Yeah, so your deployment, you got kind of trapped over there.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
I like that one where your lictors went behind that wall. I couldn't overwatch them, and then they got into the tank and tied it up. That was a pretty slick move. Yeah. That was nice. So there's all kinds of little nuances we got to just get used to and keep moving forward. Alright, well, this is the Bellport Battle Bunker. Playing 8th edition, Battle-Forged, Matched Play Armies. And if you made it this far in the report, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, give us a like, and talk to us about that one situation with the that Feel No Pain that you got, that catalyst. We're really curious on how that would work with the wounds, if you remember that one combat phase. Alright, stay tuned for more battle reports from the Battle Bunker, and let's keep bringing back the hobby, one battle report at a time. Thanks for watching.